So leveling a fretboard starts off by taping, but then I'm going to take in every one of these frets, I'm going to paint the top of it basically with a black Sharpie. And the reason for that then is I'm going to take the sanding beam and set it on top. I have two different grits on it. It's basically I just use a machined level, and I've got a I think it's a 120 grit on the bottom and a 220 or 320 grit on the top. But then I'm going over it in a circular motion as I go the entire length of the board, and doing that until all of the frets have been touched. The top of them on all areas has been touched, which means basically you see that the black, the Sharpie, has been touched on every single fret. And that's when it's all touched, that's when I'm ready to check it with a fret rocker, which is next. So that now that the frets are leveled, each one gets checked and by a rocker. And what I mean by that is it spans 3 frets, and so you feel it to see if it is going to rock across those 3 frets. And if it does, then that means that you've got a high spot on the fret in the middle. And so every single set of frets, this rocker has multi-angles on it, because this side will fit in between here, and I'll check all the way across the fretboard, feeling for it as I go. And then when I get to longer frets or further space, then I have to use a longer the longer edge until you finally get up, to here where you're using the longest edge. And so every fret gets checked, going one at a time as you go and feeling for it. And if they all feel good, then I know that the fretboard is leveled. If they have one place that rocks, then I would come over with this. It's called a fret kisser. It has a diamond base on it, and I'm going to go over that area. It's perfectly flat, and I'm gonna shave that area off, basically, so that it is perfectly level there. And that's only if there's one spot or something done. So that's how you level a fretboard. So after I've checked everything with a fret rocker, then I come back and I paint the top of my frets again with a Sharpie. And I'm going to go over it with a fret crowning tool. And I'm an old style. They make all kinds, and I've got a couple fret files. I learned on a unique shape one. They're not the most popular anymore, but this is a diamond bit style, and it has 2 different grits. One is 150 grit and one is 300 grit. This one's for medium frets. These are medium jumbo frets, so it's for the medium size. And I'm going to basically go over this until just a fine line of that black Sharpie still exists. Don't want to go past the fine line, because if I take the fine line off, that means I'm actually taking top off of the fret, and I don't want to do that, because then I'd throw that fret out from level. So that's what starts next.
Driving towards the daylight, running from the midnight, trying to get my way home, running from the spotlight, trying to find the daylight, trying to get my way